继续纯剧情的第3章，视角应该切换到了 Kiosk 跟啥来着？马里这边了吧？对，在这儿啊。Yuki 应该也在。前半是那个 Skiko 跟 Hitomi。Ask stuff. I'm on good terms with the manager. Let me talk to him. How did it go? Well, I did get some information, but I didn't spend any money. That sounds perfect. What's the problem? There isn't a problem exactly. You bought information here earlier, right? About what Oleg was looking for. The manager forgot to tell you something back then. I know that's a big error, but I don't really feel like blaming him. Oleg apparently bought information on the manager's romantic experience. Romance, yes. His genuine personal experiences. It seemed trivial, so he forgot to mention it. Is this how detectives get their information? On affairs or something? 这肯定有用的。Q 讲 doesn't. If I were a popular detective, then maybe, but Mr. Oleg was famous worldwide. He might have gotten those kind of requests. It's strange, but I think there's something to it. Regarding the information Mr. Oleg bought, if we assume it wasn't for his job, he must have had another use to it. What could he use something like the manager's love tales for? To us, it might not seem important, but it really depends on the person. To Mr. Oleg, wait, 1 second. To Mr. Oleg, it was something worth paying for. He also would have stored it somewhere, maybe on his PC. Let's go to his office. You have interest in the manager's love stories? Absolutely not, but we might find out what he planned for using them for, and that might be a clue in and of itself. We can only try. That reminds me, you've never spoken about your old romances, Kyoja, haven't I? Of course I haven't. I'd never been involved with romance before we got engaged. I'd like you to tell me. I won't get jealous or anything. Well, eventually I will, I guess. Alright, now's not the time. I'm sure you have a library's worth of tales. Just how much of a womanizer does Muddy thinks I am? Have you been coming here often? Yes, as a matter of fact, there are places like this all over the world. That was information I didn't really want to know. This place stands out above the rest, especially in its customer choice. Don't worry, the information you sold will be dealt with appropriately. That's relieving to hear, but it would appear Yuki has already bought that information, just what I'd expect. Office. 再来说应该会有不一样的 investigate. Let's have a look through his PC. Sorry, Mr. Oleg. So if you need me to translate anything, just say so. No, that won't be necessary. It's pretty obvious. So then, what have you found out? I'm not really sure myself. The file on the manager's experience has a narrative connecting it all up. Narrative? Like a plot outline. The kind of thing you write before writing a book in full. Who's listed as the creator of that file? Mr. Oleg. The file was created on this computer. We should look into it more. Something interesting might turn up. So what have you found? Yuki, could you take a look at this? It looks like a novel, but it's in English, so I can't really make it out. Let me see, this one here. God, that's definitely not novel. A romance novel at that too. Huh? And the file's author is Oleg, huh? Which means we can be pretty sure he wrote this. No way, you are telling me Mr. Oleg was a romance novel author. I guess people aren't always what they seem. I need a moment to get my thoughts in order. Reason. So we have a file with the manager's love tales and a narrative attached. Then we also have a romance novel on this PC. We can infer the manager's tales were used as reference for it, and we know Mr. Oleg bought that information from Astia. From the preceding information, I can deduce that. 那肯定理性肯定选第二个，这选第二个看一下。Aren't we making a mistake? How could Mr. Oleg write love novels? Are you seriously saying that? I don't know how you can say that, Kyo-chan. What do you mean? I've kept silence since you seem to want to hide it, but Kyosuke, you've had a fondness for romance novels for 10 years now. Oh, it's been going that long. My putting up a fight has given Muddy knowledge she didn't need to know. Fine, people aren't what they seem. I admit Oleg wrote love novels. 真的是。So now we know he was an author, but is that of any use to us? It's definitely useful, I hope. Honestly, good grief. I suppose I should say, so we are done here then. Let's go someplace else. So we've come to the conclusion Mr. Oleg wrote romance novels. That's great, but is it of any use to us? It's definitely useful, I hope. I hope 呢就说明暂时还没有。Natua World Library. Hey, you know, this has been bothering me for a while. If they lend out books digitally here, why are there still paper ones? There are massive shelves all around us, crammed tightly with books. They are mainly precious books for display purposes that you can't borrow. It's also to keep up appearances. What is a library without books? Oh, right here. Appearances and the feel of a place are important. Maybe we should decorate our office with something detectively. How about an arrest warrant? There are many things I want to say, but for one, the police use those. We can't come all this way then not borrow a book. Okay, let's do that then. We might learn something. I shouldn't be surprised, but you can read sports paper from Japanese here. Actually, I've been too busy to check the soccer results. Do you like soccer, Yukiya? I suppose I'd say yes if I asked, but this is for work. Sorry to go off track here, but can we borrow that sports paper? I could just look online, but I'd like to see what the reporter wrote. Yeah, if it's for your work, then it's no problem. Right then, I will download the data. 这还会有用啊? And it's done. Looks like the soccer results are on the front page. Oh, that's not it. I want to see the second division results. The second division, that means the league a rank below the top one. Right. 乙级联赛. Didn't I tell you about the soccer team IXG are sponsoring, I guess. Oh yeah, the Valve Tournament or something. I'm sure I saw something about them on the internet before, like they'd been demoted to League 2 with the Amabishi sponsored Sayama Indieware. Oi, what's this? We had a sudden loss to Sayama. You've gotta be kidding. Do you have any idea how much we spent on them? Seems like Amabishi are winning their little proxy war with IXG. Yukiya really likes soccer. He's even sponsoring a team as a hobby. That actually sounds plausible, but I won't laugh, but sorry, I will calm down with something if I look at this any longer. Are you enjoying making me wallow in self-pity? Amabishi won their proxy war football match against IXG, apparently. Marriage magazine. This library really does have everything. From national papers to quizzes, investment papers, coffee bean catalogs. It is a marriage magazine. Marriage magazines from all over the world fill the book search window. All these pink words are making my eyes hurt. Maybe this is something I should read through. I am engaged. I will just stealthily borrow it for future reference. The average cost of an engagement ring is around 300,000 yen. Kyo-chan, what's wrong? You look kinda down. Oh no, nothing is wrong. It's a happy thing, really, but I can just see more desperate waiting for me at the end of this case. Huh? PSI organ possibilities. The possibilities of the PSI activatory organ. This sounds difficult. It might give us a clue as to what EOD is after though. Right then, let's get to reading it. It was once thought that one PSI activatory organ allowed the use of one PSI. However, recent theories propose that one organ allows for multiple PSI to be used by one person. But there's a special hereditary 那就暂时念这个 hereditary component to this, and even then, the words between psychokinesis and extrasensory organs can't be crossed. One may only use powers from a single PSI organ. So this is super difficult, but this is what Liz can do, right? Yes, she can use both teleportation and electrokinesis from her psychokinesis activatory organ. It describes her perfectly. However, Iori has betrayed Lisa, so just what is it Iori is hoping to obtain? So Iori is the one targeting Hitomi-chan, right? We have no definitive proof, but it seems likely, yes. Why is this happening to Hitomi? I know she's a double psychic, but Iori betrayed Lizu, the world's strongest psychic, to go after Hitomi. Just what kind of value does Iori see in her? That book earlier mentioned in Heritage, component to double psychics. Would you happen to know the details on that? I've heard a little about it. It's a complex technical discussion, so I will use a metaphor. If the world chess champion and a gold medal winning athlete were to have children, that's the sort of lineage you'd be looking for. So he's saying that there might only be one person like this in the whole world. I suppose it's no coincidence both Lizu and Hitomi are double psychics. 啊？然后是 Latower Cafe 就这儿了。The coffee here is quite popular, but I'd like to know what you drink. No complaints here. Their original blends are quite good, specifically. The smell, the taste, the bitterness. I wish Father were here to try them. So it has your seal of approval then. Maybe I should buy them. When he says buy, he doesn't mean the coffee, does he? We can establish the first Japanese branch right in front of your coffee. You are already planning overseas expansion. Yukiya being Yukiya aside, drinking this coffee really clears my head. If I'm ever stuck on something, we should come here. 啊，这样子。好，那暂时还有什么地方能去呢？再回 Oleg's office. Hey, this place isn't too far from Oleg's office, is it? Maybe he would've come here wanting some delicious coffee. I guess she still doesn't see the appeal in coffee. Maybe we should ask around, see if anyone knew him. Good idea, let's give a try. One of the Japanese staff knew of Mr. Oleg and said he'd come here. Mr. Oleg was famous locally, so naturally he remembered him. So then, what did they say? That he came here to meet with his publisher. His publisher? It seems like that Mr. Oleg wasn't writing romance novels as a hobby, but that it was actually a job for him. Wow, Oleg was a professional author. Of course, he was a detective first, but wrote as a side job. I also learned his pen name, so we could try buying one of his books. Well, that makes sense, but since you are the one saying it, I can't help. Wait, please, I know what you are going to say, I know, but I'm sure this will help our investigation move forward. Probably. Just how many times are you planning to make me say good grief? I will take the moonbeam of a broken heart original black. Also an apple tea and a 32 vegetable juice. Of course. Sip. Mr. Oleg is a real author, so we should be able to buy his books in a shop. At a glance, it's unlikely his books have anything to do with the case at hand. But we should try anyway. Who knows what might happen? Sip. A refined bitterness and an unforgettable taste, just like a broken heart. 2 strawberry milks and a mineral water, please. Of course. Sip. Muddy. Kyo-chan, what is it? Sorry, but could you finish my strawberry milk for me? It's too sweet for you to drink, isn't it? How can Muddy drink those sorts of things so frequently? Is there no strawberry milk out there that's at least a little bitter? Kyo-chan, you said you'd like to write a book someday, right? Yeah, I did say that. What kind of book would you write? Let's see, maybe a detective story. Or no, a criminal investigation. Not a romance novel. I was pretty much just asking what kind of romance novel it'd be. How is a man who hasn't even had his first kiss meant to write them? 给错了。Oleg's pen name was Judith Channer. Huh? That's a woman's name. A woman's name, so he was writing under a different gender. It's not that unusual. A female name fits the image of a romance author. I've only read the blurb, but it does seem like more the thing women would like. Paris. Romance novel. 既然要找书嘛，那就还是 library。居然不是。这样的话 ，office。哦 ，street 是吧？去 street 买书。啊，果然。This reminds me of something I heard from Estia's manager. Back when he was first starting, Oleg gave him advice on jazz. Of course, the manager knew a bit himself, but Oleg was an expert. Apparently, he even played the piano there. His personal connections led to some world-class performances there. Music, writing, and a detective, truly a man of many talents. I suppose a detective needs to be knowledgeable in regards to food, to culture. I don't think I'd be able to play the piano though. Maybe an ocarina to start. There's a bookstore. A bookstore? The sign's in English, so maybe we can buy Oleg's books there. And what would you do when you bought them? Well, read them, duh. I suppose they wouldn't make a good paperweight. Yeah. What do you think, detective? Are they going to be of use to us? At least they will keep her happy. Why is it I'm so curious about Mr. Oleg's novel? It's not just because I like romance stories, is it? Buy the book. Let's go buy Oleg's books. Oh, Yukiya, can we put this on expenses? I doubt Avse will notice the cost of 1 or 2 books. Kyosuke, what do you think? Is this related to our investigation? Don't worry, I'm sure something will turn up, probably, I hope. Very well then, buy as many books as you like, all the ones in the store if you wish. Roger. Oh, but we can't stand a lady on her own, I will go too. We bought all of the Oleg's books. At least she didn't buy the shop itself. Do you mean all the books in the store, or just all the ones he wrote? Almost all he wrote, I guess. They had loads cause he's super popular. Almost all? What do you mean by that? Well, apparently one of his novels was only distributed digitally. He self-published it or something. Lots of people do it nowadays. A digital novel, and he self-published. I expect we will be able to read that book at the Joint World Library. Well, yeah, but you are kind of fixating on this. So much for instinct. I believe in my instinct. Let's go to the library, something will turn up. Can read the book. Yukiya, could you read some of that book out loud for me? Read out loud? What do you mean by that? Well, I want to know what it's about, but we don't know English. So basically you want me to translate this into English, into Japanese for you. I'm sure that's hardly a problem for you, is it? I suppose that's true, but fine, you are the leader here. Going against orders only leads to defeat. He seems to think that his own consent is a pretty huge deal. Well then, let's begin. What had Sasha meant when she said she loved Julius? Had something inside me changed? Can I forget the nights I spent crying over him? Sasha and Julius both isolated. They suit each other well. A match made in heaven. So now what? If I isolate myself, will I be saved? Calm down, this is wrong. 有啥用吗? I can keep on going if you think it's relevant. My detective's instinct is telling me no, it's completely pointless. I can't believe I wasted 5 minutes of my life reading that drive. Was it really that bad? 確かにつまらない. They say this book is really popular, right? I don't see how, but I think the story resounded perfectly with Kyo-chan. I will buy a translated copy in Japan. I need to see where this love goes. 真的假的? If you want to know more, buy a translated copy back home. I can't believe I wasted 5 minutes of my life reading that drive. When Yukiya was reading earlier, it was like he was acting, right? Well, he considered it work, so he didn't hold back. You should give it a shot, Kyo-chan. Why do I have to? To get an Oscar and make our office popular. Okay, 3, 2, 1, action. What had Sasha meant when she said she loved... Cut. I'm sorry, Kyo-chan, you need to give up on the Oscar. I'm glad she gave up, but now what do I do with this seething anger? Looking through the bookstore window, I can see piles of Oleg's books. It must be a popular line at this store. We already bought all the ones on sale though, so no need to get back in. 然后就是去找那本书。这段剧情其实很拖的。首先写到这个人有很多书是吧？然后说你买了他大多数的书，结果发现都没啥用，只有一本电子发表才有用。那你早就好看这把电子发表。We can't come all this way, then not borrow a book. Okay, let's do that then. We might learn something. Alex the Abyss. 这个是念 Abyss， 我一直是念 Abyss， 因为日语是 Abyss， 也有可能是念 Abyss。我确认一下这个 pronunciation。Abyss 哦 ，Abyss. So the title of this book is Alex self-published is Molly is glaring at the note she was given in a bookstore. Of course, the title is in English, so she can't read it at all. The translated title would be The Abyss. That's pretty different sounding to his other books. In any case, let's try borrowing it. Nothing seems particularly odd. None of the sentences the terminal translated seem important. Yukiya, what about the original text? Yukiya is reading the original English version of the novel. There's nothing that would be lost in translating or anything. Wait a second. What is it? Some kind of code? No, nothing like that. It's just the size of the data. What does that mean? The novel's file size is taking up way too much data. It seems well enough compressed, so I couldn't tell at first glance. Perhaps there's something extra hidden in the file. We need to check. My. This novel is taking up way too much data for a normal book. Perhaps there's something extra hidden in the file. We need to check. 怎么 check 啊？这样。How can we investigate the data? It's sold digitally, so I imagine I can get it on my cell phone. Saying this, Yukiya takes out his cell phone and starts typing. Sorry to make you do all this. It seems like I can't buy it from any of the major sites. The file size is the same as it is here. Some things got to be hidden in it. Bingo, your detective's intuition was spot on. 为什么我一点也不惊讶呢？ What's the bingo? Just something you say when you hit the mark. The data seem so big because there's a hidden page. You can't see it normally, so it took some work to be able to get to it. Is anything important written on the hidden page? I said bingo, didn't I? A written report on human cloning under Ioli's leadership. She even signed it. Apparently, she's trying to clone psychics. The experiment failed, but that doesn't matter. This is a huge scandal. So Mr. Oleg got proof of the cloning experiment and hid it in his book. I shouldn't be surprised. He was an expert, one of the very best. I can't object. That was a perfect move. What does he mean? He hid this in his book. Basically, Ioli's scandal is already worldwide. No matter how influential she is, she can't erase the evidence now. I just did a little research now. This book has already sold 800,000 copies worldwide. To think the report is that widespread, Ioli would be cowering by now. From her perspective, this really is an abyss. Oleg had a way with words. Even in death, Mr. Oleg is giving us the ammunition we need. Now we will inherit what he started and bring an end to Ioli's ambitions. Yeah, we can definitely do this now. Something happened as well. Oh, is that your phone? Who is it? It's from Hitomi. I wonder what's up. 然后打电话了是吧？ Yeah, sure. See you later. What was that about? 这样就连起来。They found something important regarding Lisu. However, they need my chronokinesis in order to look at it. They need the power of your attachment then. Seems so. Skiko can't just do it herself. Well, as long as I get data, I won't be complaining. We will meet up the time. We will meet up with them later. But before that, we need to do something with this report. Yeah, that woman is about to know the true meaning of defeat. 结束了？没有结束。The Tower Cafe， 8:02晚上。Skiko-chan should be here soon. Where's Yukiya? He's busy preparing the internal report. We will be without him for now. I see. I hope it goes well. No matter how formidable an opponent Ioli is, Yukiya won't give in. I wonder if Ioli really is to blame for Oleg's murder. This is all just going off my reasoning, but even if she didn't do it herself, I'm positive Ioli was involved in it. She must have known Mr. Oleg got his hands on that cloning report. If that had gone public, Ioli would have been the one in the most trouble. I believe she killed Oleg to keep him quiet. then disposed of the fires. Since the book hadn't yet gone on sale, she didn't notice the hidden page. Oleg must have really loved this city and this country, don't you think? What's this all of a sudden? Well, I mean, he kept living here despite the dangerous conflict. He must have known Ioli would target him if he investigated her too. Of course, he was far from naive enough to overlook the possibility. He even deleted our emails to stop us being harmed. He knew of the danger. Even though he knew he was in danger, he still wanted to stop Ioli. I'm sure he wanted to stop this country from being in another world. Because he loved Latow and loved Wizarok, right? I'm sure of it. I see. Until now, I'd thought this to just be a series of sad events. But perhaps there are memories and things worth protecting in there too. That just gives us all the more reason not to lose this fight. Ah, there they are. Sorry to keep you waiting. Tsukiko and Hitomi come into the cafe. It's fine. Keeping a man waiting is one of the woman's many weapons. I don't really think this is a situation to saying that though. You two look like you're getting along great. Yeah, we are already besties. Lisa really is going to erase me at this rate. What was that? Just talking to myself. Now we will lead the way, so let's get going. Well, we all be in the same taxi. In that case, I want to ride next to. What are you on about? We'll be taking separate taxis. Oh, of course. 就去那儿了是吗 ？The tour lab ruins. 只要他们聚在一起了，主角还是变成他了。So I just have to put this in the case 8 years ago to protect it. Then the past will be changed, right? Then what will happen? 你不会就真做了吧？就不思考一下，这2次机会可是很关键的，就这么用掉了。I imagine that I will find the disc. If Kyosuke uses his PSI here, it will leave a time scar. With the amount of ether he is using it won't disappear anytime soon. I want to overlook it, so I will find the disc, take it with me, and unlock any password it has. Then by now we should already know what's on it. But in that case, Kyosuke will never come here and use his PSI. Will it still cause him to lose one of the attachment uses? I checked that with Yuki I will. Due to time scar, I will lose a use no matter which time axis I'm in. 在强行解释的是，this is so confusing. But basically, you can do this, right? Yeah, let's give it a shot. Pass me the ether capsules. Yeah, here you go. 感觉他真的要直接来了。I take the capsules from the Hitomi and swallow them both at once. Swallow them. I always thought it was amazing that he can take pills without water. I can feel the ether flowing within me. It's so powerful. So this is Xana's latest technology. I think I can do this. I start up my attachment and focus on looking back into the past. 有特效吗 Latua North, side street. Side street. 原来是，感觉有点分裂啊。那这期先掐到这儿，看第3章还没有结束。这里应该是那个什么来着 ？Kyosuke 已经回到很久以前，8年前了。8年前改变了一些事情，但是当他回来的时候，有些事情已经变了，还没有出现在原来的地方。可能是因为时间太长了。